Hey guys, welcome back to the Spotlight here on rockstardreams.com. As always, we are dedicated to sharing rad backstories, one artist, band, and in this case, influencer at a time. I'm excited to have Matt Brown, the founder and CEO of Haulix, on the line with us. Matt, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just trying to stay warm here in Minnesota. It's like 15 degrees outside and snowy, so.
Man, if only your digital watermarking software could somehow melt the snow while you also protect artists' intellectual property, I think you'd really be onto $1 billion idea there.
Yeah, I would be a billionaire.
$1 million idea for sure. So for our audience, Haulix, and I highly recommend you check out haulix.com. That's Haulix. We'll also provide links right below this video. Essentially, they provide a service to help artists, publicists, record labels, etc., track music, as well as protect an artist's intellectual property to help prevent anywhere from leaks to just an artist's property being used in the wrong way. So Matt, would love to start with your backstory, man, and how you kind of came up with this concept for Haulix and what your creative vision is going forward.
I started a blog, metal music blog, back in like 2001, and after that took off, we started getting a lot of promotional CDs in the mail. And I mean, even today I've got like 2 huge tubs of CDs in storage that I haven't really done anything with. And so when we were checking the mail, we would see how much these publicists were spending on postage and just, you know, how bad it is, you know, have all this junk in the, you know, environment. And at the same time, I was going to school for computer science, so I kind of I wanted to come up with a solution that would solve all those problems and make it a lot easier. And you know, when a publicist sends out a physical CD, there's kind of this disconnect once they mail it out between them and the recipient. And so I wanted to have something that could kind of keep them connected, and then of course decrease the chances of it leaking. So that was what, 2001, and then I mean it took a few years, and like around, I think when the economy tanked around 2008, that's when I kind of decided to take a dive off the deep end and just go for it and start a business. And so it was back, yeah, around 2008 that we started to build Haulix.
Very cool. And I think this is really compelling because essentially you saw the writing on the wall before it happened. I think really around 2001, 2002, obviously Napster came out, pretty much disrupted the entire music industry. You know, fast forward, you know, 2008, labels are scrambling to keep up with digital demand and, you know, that shift from physical record sales. So obviously, man, you kind of had a hunch. You took initiative that, hey, this is going to be the wave of the future. How do we get on this wave and protect artists' music? You know, I think that's compelling stuff, man. And kind of tell us where you're at, you know, now with the technology and really how it's helping artists.
Yeah, we just hit our 8-year anniversary, and we figure about 15% of the entire world's music gets pushed through us, and so we're really proud of that. And we're about halfway done with development of our next version. We, you know, about 6 months ago, we did kind of a soft beta launch, and then got a lot of feedback from that. And so, well, halfway done. I think in the next, I don't know, 7 to 12 months, we're looking to just finally get that all done. And we've got a lot of great ideas that have to do with watermarking and press releases, and we got a lot of feature ideas, and so we'll be excited to launch that you know, in the next year or so.
Very cool. Very cool. And let's talk about, just for our audience, you know, the difference between, you know, digital downloads and streaming services, you know, and how your technology can kind of help protect, you know, their songs and track those songs across all digital platforms.
Well, you know, a digital download you can go and purchase off of a service like Amazon or Obviously, streaming is, through service like Spotify, or we also, through our promos, we offer downloads and streaming. Our customers can actually set if the recipient can stream or download or both, and then how many times they can stream, how many times they can download. So it's a very controlled environment, and that's part of the power of the system. So versus traditionally mailing out CDs and then kind of losing that connection, you've got this constant connection. If they ever have to like pull the plug on a promo, they can do that within seconds, turn it off, and then nobody can access it anymore. And then of course the watermarking is kind of our bread and butter. And so when a recipient does download or stream, we're injecting this sort of a fingerprint, many fingerprints into the track, and then we can use those to trace it to who it is if it ever leaks later on.
Very cool. Yeah, it's so important, man. I was having this conversation with Benji Rogers, the founder of Pledge Music, who also founded the Dot Block Music Chain, which is helping provide a tracking service to make sure that artists really get paid for their publishing when a song is used somewhere throughout the internet, or there's kind of some red flags in place to block that song if for some reason it's being used without permission. So I think now more than ever with the complete shift to streaming, it's so important to have protections like this and technologies like Haulix. So I commend you on that, my man.
Yeah, thanks. It's between from 2008 to 2016, piracy doubled, and they're projecting that by 2020 it's going to double again. So it's unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, but unfortunately for the industry, it's going to be a problem, a continuing problem. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you've got some heavy hitters using your software right now. I mean, from my understanding, Chance the Rapper and Metallica, record labels like Fearless, Hopeless, Publicists, who are also partners of ours, Secret Service PR and Right Angle, who we get daily emails from them, are using your services today. They are.
Yeah, we don't keep track of everybody, but yeah, those are some names that recently stuck out to us, and very proud of that. I can still remember back in my teenage years going to the record store to buy a tape or a CD of Metallica, and if I would have known then, 25 years later that I would be doing this, I wouldn't have believed you. So it's pretty cool. Very proud of that.
Yeah, totally, man. From a publication standpoint, because I logged in, from the press point of view, and it was unique to me because I have been receiving these emails from publicists who've been sending me tracks before they release to take a listen to and critique in advance, not knowing that Haulix was a technology watermarking those tracks and protecting them behind the scenes. So when I logged into your platform, I could see, Secret Service, Right Angle, the various publicists, that send us daily emails to check out, man. So very cool, very turnkey from a publication standpoint that I really dig.
Oh, thank you.
And now for potential artists, publicists who are watching, publications, managers, entertainment lawyers, etc., that are sending music everywhere and anywhere, trying to get exposure. Can you kind of walk us through steps that they can take on your platform and how Haulix works?
Sure. Once you create an account, you import your contacts. We don't supply contacts. We don't believe in doing that. We don't believe in kind of sharing a list and kind of diluting its value. People bring in their own contact list of people they have relationships with. They get better opening rates from that, and so we believe in that. Import your contacts. You upload your album. We have automatic processes that will kick in and prepare those tracks for watermarking. We do this pre-processing step so that when we actually do the injection process, it's extremely fast. It only takes a matter of seconds to do an entire album. And once you have your contacts and your album in place, you can just send out your email invitations right through our system. So it's just a real quick 4-step process. And select your contacts, select which albums you can do more than one, and send out your invitations. And then you go to your dashboard, and in real time you can see as people are downloading and streaming the music. In real time, you can see all that happening. And then yeah, later on, if you find your album on an illegal network somewhere, if you can get a hold of the MP3 files, you can send them to us and we'll scan them. And if our watermarks are there, we can tell you exactly who it was in your contact list that leaked it. We can tell you their IP address, their geolocation, kind of a trail of all the actions they took, when they viewed it, when they downloaded it, streamed it. We actually just, like last week, we had a customer submit a leaked album, and we ended up tracing it back to one of their own employees. So that was pretty bad.
Man, that quick way to get fired and booted out of the industry there. So take notes, kids. Do not be that guy. They will find you.
Yeah. So yeah, they weren't very happy with that.
Yeah, and bigger picture, man. I mean, we're talking people's livelihoods and incomes here. I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in some cases, like Metallica, and not just the band, but think about that manager, that publicist, that entertainment lawyer, so on and so forth, that A&R that's getting a point on that record. That's everybody's getting cut out of that. So, you know, when you put in that perspective, guys, you know, you're taking people's income away, you know, and you're hurting the industry as a whole. So thank you to Haulix and services like yours, man, that are kind of being watchdogs to help protect that.
Yeah, it feels good to actually, you know, it's not all just about making money and having a business. It's, you know, it's about actually doing something good for the industry and feeling good about going to work every day, you know, so.
That's right, man. And protecting the creators and what they're putting out in the marketplace. So, Matt, really appreciate you being on with us, man. It's certainly been a pleasure. Real quick, got to thank our friends at Dr. Jekyll's Craft Beer for sponsoring the show tonight. Cheers. Check out Haulix.com. Be sure to follow them on Twitter at Haulix. That's Haulix. Matt, thanks again so much, man, for being with us here on the Spotlight.